I'm Yana Gilbuena, and I'm a nomadic Filipino chef. I've been cooking since I was maybe 5 or 6 years old back in the Philippines, but cooking professionally, I would say 2012, and it was more of like a creative outlet to my creative outlet. I discovered the world of underground pop-up dinners, and I just fell in love with it. And the more that I went to it, I figured that there was no cultural component in any of them. And so I wanted to use that platform to introduce the diversity of Filipino cuisine. I had a real job, quote unquote, and then they laid me off, and I was talking to one of my friends who happened to be kind of like a mentor, and then I told him, I was like, so I don't want to work for a year. And then he was like, well, there's 52 weeks and there's 50 states, so go figure it out. And I was like, that sounds doable. Yeah, it's just 50. And that's how the whole journey started. And I didn't really think that I would continue after that first year. But after doing what I did, I just didn't want to go back to like clocking in and clocking out, you know? So there was always a lot of question, like, what is Filipino food? Because people always were like, well, I'm familiar with Thai, I'm familiar with Chinese, you know, I'm familiar with Japanese, but what is Filipino food? The quickest and I would say easiest way to like describe Filipino food is that it's the mutt of Asia. We are a combination of not just almost all the Asian cuisines, but also there's a lot of influence from the colonizers. And not only that, prior to the colonizers, we were all already trading. So there's an Arab influence, an Indian influence, Chinese, Malay, you name it. And then later on, America came in. And so all of those pretty much shaped the cuisine that we now know as Filipino food. I was kind of sick and tired of people always wanting to elevate the cuisine, wanting to Frenchify it, wanting to plate it nicely, very minimalist, very modern. And I really felt that I wanted to embrace our culture and be very unapologetic about it. We eat with our hands. We eat with our hands on banana leaves. And I think that's something that we need to be proud of and start embracing it instead of shunning it. And I wanted people to be okay with that. And I think it was time for us to really be proud of our heritage and be like, no, this is how we eat. And if we eat with our hands, you're gonna eat with your hands too, because this is our cuisine. In my travels, I learned so much. I had my misconceptions about America too, you know, like a lot of my friends were very concerned that I was going to Middle America, and they were like, oh my God, what are you gonna do when you get there? And I'm just like, you know, people are people. You're still gonna connect with them to a certain level. What I love about being nomadic is the surprise of like who you're going to meet, the places that you're going to see, and the experience that you're going to get. What I learned a lot was that it's okay to be who you are and be very unapologetic for your identity, your heritage, and people are just going to be innately curious anyway, and you shouldn't be afraid to share what you know and what your gifts are. And that food is so universal. This is one platform where people will always come together because there's no other medium that can translate like love or heritage better than food without it being so imposing. It's so simple. You eat, you feel it, and there you go. Suddenly you're in love with something, and then you want to know more about it.